Hey everybody, it's Friday, August 28th. Check out the awesome lunch I'm having. Now, as you get to know me, I love my chips, I love my dip. This is something I just came up with. I took the Buffalo Blue kettle chips, sprinkled a little sriracha, dip it in my Toby's light blue dressing. And by the way, check out the expiration date on this dressing. I don't know if you can see that. It says 9/25/15. No preservatives. Yummy stuff. Highly recommend it. You can get it at Whole Foods. It didn't have quite enough blue cheese in it though for me, so I added some extra. Oops, you're not seeing the dip. You gotta see the dip. That's how I roll. Hey everybody, it's Friday afternoon. You know what that means? Time for Ask Jody. But first, I need to follow up on some Ask Jodys that were posted after I finished taping last week. So first off, to Mark. Yes, I looked at the Monty Python clip you posted, and I was wrong. It wasn't the meaning of life. It was 3 questions. So my name, Jody Yarborough. The quest I'm on, I don't know, I'm still figuring it out. And my favorite color, although Andrew gives me a really hard time about this because my birth color is Aquarius, so purple. Amethyst, I should say. But I insist my favorite color is blue. So he feels a little bait and switched because he swore he thought it was purple, but no, when I took one of these like personality quizzes, I answered blue and he's never let me forget it. So officially, favorite color, blue. So Nancy asked when we first met each other, and I honestly couldn't remember. But I looked up my old class pictures to see. Here they are. And the first class picture that we were in together was 5th grade, Mrs. Turner's class. So here you are, Nancy. Here I am. And I'm sure if anybody else, I've got quite a few Facebook friends that I've reconnected with since school childhood days, so you might see yourself. And then here we are in 6th grade, Mrs. Gamahorn's class. There you are, Nancy. And there I am. And we may have, I don't know if you started at down in the 4th grade, but you would have been in the other class because you weren't in mine. So, yeah. And now that I've shown you these grade school pictures, I'll show this photo, which my friend Kate Watson took a few years ago. And to date, it is my most favorite picture of myself. Not too shabby, eh? I think she gets most of the credit. Okay, what else? Let's see here. Bonnie asked, if you could meet a famous person, dead or alive, who would it be and why? And if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? Person is a hard one. There's a lot of people I love to meet. I love history. You know, I'm surprising myself by answering this way because I'm not like a super religious person, but I think I'd like to meet Jesus because I would want him to finally weigh in once and for all on a lot of social issues that get that his name get brought into. I'd like him to set the record straight once and for all. So yeah, I'll leave it at that. And if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? Right now, I really would love to go to Paris. It seems very romantic, and Andrew and I would love to go there. I'd love to see the Eiffel Tower and go to the Louvre and all that. So Australia is a close runner-up, but right now, Paris. Andrew asks, what are 3 major font types? Serif, sans serif, and decorative. That was one of the first questions that we chatted about online years ago when we were first getting to know each other. I tried to stump him and was given the appropriate checkmate very quickly. because I think there's actually like 6, and he knew all 6 of them. Trey asks, where do babies come from? Trey, ask your mother. And Lihia asks, what totally delights you? Seeing Alton joyful, playing with his toys, that makes me so happy. Karina asked a question which I really wanted to answer. She relayed a story about knowing a little person on her childhood softball team. And so she asks, does she think the acceptance of dwarfism or people with disabilities has changed in my 39 and a half years? And do you think people are more genuinely accepting today, or more accepting just to be part of the politically correct? I've definitely seen more acceptance. That has been helped by legislation requiring more accessibility, both in physical spaces and in the workplace. I think there is an element of political correctness, but I think people are genuinely more accepting. And for today's questions, Rachel asks, have you ever tried hot yoga, and where do you want to travel? So, no, I've never tried hot yoga. I'm not opposed to it, but the hot thing, I don't know. I think yoga, especially yoga, can be beneficial for people with disabilities. The whole, I think, stretching, relaxing, meditating part of yoga can be really beneficial. I know there is adaptive yoga. I've never done it, but it's certainly something I'd be interested in. And I've kind of already answered the travel question. I'll say for the United States, where I'd love to go still is New Orleans, Chicago. So yeah, there's lots of places still in the United States that I want to go to. And Mary asks, if there's one thing you're absolutely passionate about, what is it? Well, passionate about doing myself would be, I love organizing. And I used to have a meetup group about it, and I started kind of the Simply Sort campaign, but I didn't really take it very far. But I've still continued to organize in my home. Still something I love to do. It relaxes me. I have a lot of ideas around it. So I'm very passionate about that. Simplified living, organized living. And then otherwise I'm just passionate about, living life and pursuing your goals and your dreams and, doing the most you can to make every day count. And sometimes that means self-care, it means relaxing, it means not doing a lot, but living life with intention. And so if your intention today is to relax, that's okay. But I think every day you should be consciously thinking about what you're doing and why you're doing it. So yeah. So I'm going to wrap it now. And thank you for the questions. I really, really appreciate it. Really appreciate you taking the time out to ask. And we'll see you next week for Ask Jody, and I'll see you tomorrow for the vlog. Take care. Bye.